In this video, I'll be looking at the types of monohydric alcohol or alkanol. I believe we know that alcohol and alkanol, they are the same. You get now. The general formula of alcohol is what? ROH, right? ROH. Now we have basically three classes of alcohol. We have the monohydric, we have the dihydric, and we have what? The trihydric. You get now. Today we're looking at what the monohydric type of alcohol. You get now. Let's proceed now. A monohydric alcohol has just what? It has from the mono. It has just one hydroxide group. Now we have different types of this monohydric alcohol. We have the primary alcohol, we have the secondary alcohol, and we have the tertiary alcohol. So these are the types of what? Of monohydric alcohol. Now, how do you know if an alcohol is primary? How do you know if a monohydric alcohol is primary, secondary, or tertiary? Now you are going to use my trick. Pay good attention. Use my trick. Now, if it has one carbon attached to the COH, it is primary. If it has two carbon attached to the COH, it is secondary. If it has three carbon attached to the COH, it is tertiary. Now, COH is like this. C is the carbon that is attached with the what? OH. This is the carbon with the OH. You can see. So if it has two carbon that is linked to the COH, so you can see if it has two carbon attached to the carbon that has the OH, is secondary. If it has one carbon attached to the carbon that has this COH, the C basically in the OH is what? Is primary. If it has three carbon that is attached to the carbon that has the OH, is tertiary. Now let's take an example. Now you can see this. You can see the general words diagram for it. You can see this is what primary alcohol. Primary, why? Because it has just one carbon. This is secondary because it has two. These two. And this tertiary because it has what? Three. 1, 2, 3. Now don't forget that your R is what? Is your alkyl group. It can be methyl, it can be ethyl, it can be propyl. You know that in alkyl group there's always carbon in alkyl group. I believe we know there is always carbon. So that's why all this, you know, this R, there's always carbon in it. So it has one carbon attached to the carbon that has the OH. This one, it has to R, it has two carbon. You know that R has carbon, maybe it has two carbon that is attached to the COH. Now this one has three carbon. This. R always has carbon because of what? This is an alkyl group. You get. So you can see there's always carbon in the alkyl group R. Now let's take this example. Now you can see this first question. They ask you if this is a primary, secondary, or tertiary. Now you can see this diagram. Now this is the COH, the carbon that has the OH. Now you check around it. Now this thing is H. Please note it's H. Now this one has just this is basically R. This is RA. So it has just one carbon. This is the R. We take it as one carbon. One. This is H. Is H. So because it has one carbon, don't forget that if it has one carbon attached to the COH, it's what? Primary. So this is a primary alcohol. This one now, let's go to the next one. Now you can see this one now. They gave this structure. Now you can see that this is the COH. The C that has the OH. You can see this is it. You first go and isolate it. Then you now check the surrounding element. You can see this is R. This is one R, right? This is one R. I told you that there is always carbon in R. This is another R. So this is another R. As you can see, you have one R. You have one R. You have H. Now you can see that, you know that in R, I told you that there is always carbon in R. So this is one carbon. This is two carbon. You get. So two carbon is what? This secondary alcohol. It has two carbon that is attached to this COH. You can see this secondary alcohol. As you can see, very what? Easy. Now let's move to the next example. And this is another question. They give you the structure. Now you can see this is a tertiary alcohol. Why? It has what? Three carbon. This and this. You will take this as what? You take it as one R. You take this one as one R2. You take this up one as one R. So it has three carbon that is attached to the carbon that has the OH. You can see tertiary alcohol. Beverage. Now let's move to some expanded forms of this alcohol. Now this is an expanded form of an alcohol. You can see it. Now you asked if this is primary, tertiary. This is obviously what? This is secondary alcohol. Why? Now I told you that you first identify the carbon that has the OH, right? This is the carbon that has the OH. You can see. Now you check the surrounding element. Now you have one carbon here. You have one carbon here. You get. So this is what? It has two carbon, which is what? Secondary alcohol. This one is H. You can see. So if you want to write this in its molecular formula, it's what? CH3. You can see it. CH2, you can see, then CH3, CH3, then OH. So this is like the molecular formula of this expanded form of alcohol. So I told you check the carbon that has the OH. You basically isolate it. Then you now check the surrounding element. You have one carbon, which is 2. This is what? Secondary alcohol. Now this one now you can see this is very easy and straightforward. Now they gave this expanded form of this alcohol. Now I told you first thing you do, you go and isolate the COH, the carbon that has the OH. You do what? Go and isolate it. So after you isolate it, you will basically circle it out. Then you now check the surrounding elements. You can see you have one carbon here. This H is H. You can see you have just one carbon that is attached to the carbon that has the OH. You can see. So one carbon is a primary alcohol. So this is the structure of it: CH3, CH2, then CH2 again, then OH. You can see. Very easy. Now the last example for today. You can see the structure now. This is a tertiary alcohol. I told you first thing you do, you want to isolate the carbon that has the OH, right? This is the carbon that has the OH. Isolate it out, circle it out. Then you will now check the surrounding what element around the carbon that has the OH. Now this is one carbon, this is one carbon, this is another carbon. Please no, don't count it as, this one is 2 carbon. Don't want to say this is 2, 3, 4. No, you will take it as one alkyl group, one, like basically an alkyl group R. This one to another R, this one to another R. That's why I told you earlier that if it's 3R is what is tertiary. So you take it as one entity. So this is one R, this is one R, this is another R. These 3 of them, 3 carbon, which is what tertiary alcohol that is attached to the carbon that has the OH. So this is basically what you need to know about what the types of monohydric alcohol, the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary alcohol. If it has one carbon attached to the carbon that has the OH, it's primary. If it has 2, secondary. If it has 3, tertiary. Very, very easy and straightforward.